Jay Brooks in the Morning Rush on 98.7 Kiss Country. 7:35 and a lot of sunshine. It's a little chilly to start your day, but it is going to get up in the 50s, which is going to be fantastic. Warmer than it was yesterday, that's for sure, Pete.
Much warmer.
Yeah, this has been amazing. I know a lot of people are enjoying it and just waiting for the dump of whatever it is, a bunch of rain or a bunch of snow. It's weird. California's getting snow. We got their sunshine.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be interesting. I haven't had a chance to look yet today, but sounds like it could get messy over the weekend and early into next week, but who knows? We'll wait and see.
I think it's going to be too warm for any snow, so I think we're going to get more rain probably than we are snow.
I think a nice 4-day rain, soft, gentle rain would be incredible.
Yeah. And I tell you, the groundhog, Punxsutawney Phil, really messed it up, saying, hey, short, we got all this stuff going on. We're talking about snow. I thought we were going to have springtime early.
Yeah, well, I think we did have springtime early, but then you've also got to look at the other old saying that if March comes in like a lamb, it goes out like a lion. So
is that what it was?
Yep. And if it comes in like a lion, it goes out like a lamb. So we'll see if we get any roaring these last couple of weeks.
Right. I tell you, if Pete is worried about Punxsutawney Phil, you better worry about him being strangled right now, though.
Yeah, I don't really think I'm worried about a rodent.
Right.
unless he's in my garage or my house or something.
Exactly. He's not getting strangled.
Right.
We won't tell you what we do to it. But I did some traveling here the last couple of days, Pete, and I noticed it's kind of weird because you're thinking, man, it's later than it is, but it's like in the middle of March and we got road construction going on.
Things are starting. Things are slowly getting going. There's been working over at Floyd. They were doing some seeding to get some permanent seeding done over there, and they got most of that done already. And I believe it's on Tuesday they are going to start, or is it today? I believe it's one of the next few days, depending when the contractor can get in.
Well, they're going to start.
Tuesday. Yes, it is. I can't remember if it's this Tuesday or next Tuesday, but the contractor will be moving in at Floyd to remove the median crossovers that drivers used to take to go from one side to the other. So that'll be an inside lane closure. It'll only take about a week and a half to get done. So be aware of that. That'll be starting up pretty soon. On Iowa 3, between Hampton and I-35, we did some work there last year where we put in new shoulders. We're going to be resurfacing that road, but they are doing some work down in the ditches right now. And that's going to have some shoulder closures. So it won't be affecting traffic, but just be aware they'll be working and having some shoulder closures. First part of April, on Iowa 14, south of Charles City, kind of, I guess, east of Marble Rock, they're going to be replacing a bridge. So that will be detoured. But again, that won't be starting for another couple of weeks. We'll have more info on that as we get closer. And then the other one that's going to be getting going soon is on the west edge of Garner. We're going to be replacing the bridge approaches, which is the pavement on either side of the bridge. Okay. And that will probably get going within a week or two. That will be temporary traffic lights. It will not be closed, but you'll be alternating going through there. And that'll probably take 6 to 7 weeks. So that's just some of the projects. Some of the early projects are going to be starting up. We've got several meetings over the next week or so with contractors where we will get more firm dates as to when things will get going. But kind of like you said at the beginning, it seems early, and it is early. So be aware. You're going to start seeing these road projects pop up. And again, 511 is a great resource to see what's happening and where it's happening and when it's going to happen.
It's good news to get started early. Does that mean some of the projects will be able to end early too?
It's possible. It's all, it's all weather dependent. It's one of the reasons that we've talked about before, where we can have a couple nice days or even a nice week in March and people get all antsy and ready to go. But we've also seen where we get days like that. And so all you get out there, you get traffic control set up, you get barrels set up, you get cones set up, and then you get 3 or 4 inches of snow, and you've got to try to get snow plows through there. Not a good combination. So we'll see. Hopefully the weather holds and we can get an early start. But if we get a bunch of rain in the spring, that can slow things down. So keep our fingers crossed that, yeah, we will get going early and we'll wrap up some projects early, but we won't know that. I can't tell you that right now, Jay. If I could,
Yeah.
I'd be I'd be doing a lot of different things, I think.
Well, the Iowa DOT update every Tuesday. We catch up with Pete and find out what's going on. But thanks to Mason City All Risk Insurance for all your crop insurance and insurance needs. They're the ones to do it. I'm surprised we don't have farmers in the field yet.
Where were we? Dang. Oh, we were on the avenue on Sunday, and I saw somebody out in the field.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. They weren't planting; they were just working the
Sure.
ground. But
You're
yeah,
playing in the dirt.
yeah, I think that's what they were doing. I think they just wanted to say they were out there in early March.
Right. Yeah. Because when's the last time what's the earliest they've ever planted anything, I wonder?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it all depends on soil temperatures and everything, but yeah,
Right.
I don't know what the earliest would be. Boy, I wouldn't be surprised in southern Iowa if they haven't been out already, they're getting close.
Right. Well, somebody could, because we do video on this too. So you can actually go on the 98.7 Kiss Country Facebook page. And if you got a comment you want to make on that, and maybe there's a farmer sitting around drinking coffee, Pete. He goes,
Maybe.
I'm going to text into those boys and let them know what it's all about.
Is that how they talk?
No, no, not at all.
Okay.
I don't know why I just had to give a different voice than what I sound like.
I know a lot of farmers, but I don't think I've ever heard them talk like that.
Come to think of it, no, I haven't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know how between the two of us, we probably know a lot of them.
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah. I'll catch grief where I go somewhere now.
No, well, that's all right. They're listening.
Yeah, exactly. That and the cows.
Yep, there you go.
I know
The cows might talk like that.
Yeah, they'll be mooing us.
There you go.
Oh boy, but Pete, big weekend too. I know you're into sports. You got your Hawkeye gear on. You're all geared up for the big game today for the men's.
Yep, I hope it's not the last time I can wear the shirt for the men's basketball team, but K-State's a tough team. They're, that Big 12, they are physical and they have a lot of talent, and we'll see. It'll help that it's at home, but it's been a very, very inconsistent season for the Iowa men. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how they do. They played well the last week or so of April and the early part of March, and then kind of laid an egg their last two games. So we'll see which team we get tonight.
You got to cheer for Iowa no matter what. Drake, you and I, Iowa State, the Iowa State men's basketball team. Holy tamale. They're ranked second.
They are going in with a lot of momentum.
Yeah, they are. Hopefully they can keep that going. But
yeah, and Drake's going to be a fun game to watch. I don't know if you saw. I had the game on Sunday, and I was doing some other things in the house, but paying attention to it with the Drake women's game. Did you see the ending of that game?
Oh, I did. I did.
Holy cow, that was incredible. Number one, the coach, the way she drew up that play was just perfect. And then the players executed it completely perfectly. And that was cool. That was a really, really fun ending.
76-75 is what that ended up, I believe.
Yep. And the Drake men's game, the week before, their championship game was incredible. So yeah, it's an awesome time of year. It really, really is.
Yeah. And then of course the women, you got Iowa ranked number 2 seed number 1 seed.
Yeah, they're a 1 seed.
And then you got Drake in there and Iowa State's not in there.
No, Iowa State's in.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep. So Iowa State and Drake, all three.
Yep. All three women's teams made it. That is correct.
Yeah. It was only
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And obviously Iowa women have high goals. It's going to be tough. Everybody's talking that their region is stacked. It's probably the hardest one to get to the Final Four. And with my limited knowledge of it, I agree. It is a really, really tough region with Iowa and UCLA and LSU in the same region. And we'll see what happens.
They were talking about that, how Iowa kind of got the bad end of the deal on that whole thing. Actually, a big sports thing that I watched, the Pat McAfee show.
Yep.
They were talking about that whole region and how does that work? Supposedly, like they draw up the number 1 seed, number 2 seed. They kind of play it so they could end up being at the same thing at 2 big teams in the Elite 8, and then certain teams they're playing on this, and so it's kind of a mathematical layout that they have, and it goes into mileage too of how far the team's got to travel.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, way more than I know about. But I don't know, the way that region stacked up seems a little odd to me. But like I said, and I know a lot of Iowa State fans are disappointed, the men's side, of where they got seated and who they have in their region and everything. So, and it happens every year. Every year there are teams that don't like their seating, don't like their bracket, and it's all part of when you have a bunch of people sitting in a room who are using, I mean, obviously they're using wins and competition and strength of schedule and quad 1 and quad 2 wins and everything, but they're also using their opinions, and there's always going to be debates. And I guess that's what makes it kind of fun to watch and see how it plays out.
It will be for sure. So, but if you're going down to see the first, the Caitlin plays, or the Hawkeyes play in Iowa City, so they got a home game.
Yeah, they have. If they win their first game, they'll play their second game at home as well.
Yeah, so they got good home court advantage. So, but they got a couple of tough teams to get through there. But
yeah,
if you're going down to the game, are you going down to any games down there?
Oh, I wish, but no. The tickets, when they have a game like that, they offer them to season ticket holders first,
and
then what's left goes out to the public. Well, they offered them to season ticket holders, and it sold out. So it never went to the public. I mean, yes, you can buy them on the secondary market, but I don't have that kind of money to spend on a basketball game.
Yeah, we were looking at prices on Sunday, and it was like 220. Like the cheapest one was $187 or something like that. I don't even know.
I think if you're finding them for that much, you're doing really, really well. I haven't looked recently. I'd be curious to see what they are as it gets closer to Saturday. But yeah, they are very, very expensive. They're in high demand.
But if you're heading down on Friday, the Pat McAfee show, the one that I keep talking about, the big podcast, it's one of the he's on ESPN now too, and everything else. But he's going to be in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming to the Field House, and immediately, wait a minute, the Field House, the bar, Field House. I'm assuming they still. I haven't been to Iowa City in a long time. They still have the Field House down there, the bar.
I don't know. I haven't been downtown Iowa City in years.
I know, it's getting old, Pete.
Yeah, I've been to games, but it's usually straight home.
Not like it used to be. In Iowa City.
So yeah, well, my guess is he'll be at the
Field
House for the show.
Yeah,
and then after the show, he'll be at the other Field House.
Probably doing shots and doing backflips off the bar.
Probably.
So, but if you're into sports of any sort, I talk about him all the time. Pete, you probably get tired of me talking about him, but he's good. He's got a whole thing, and he's like me. Like in the suits, he doesn't like the suits too well over at ESPN.
Yeah. No, I have to only listen to him a couple times. Just I don't know why, just with my schedule, or I forget, or I see something shiny or whatever. But the few times I have listened to him, and I really do enjoy him, and I really liked him on College Game Day. I saw him quite a bit because I did watch quite a bit of College Game Day for football, obviously. But he's an entertainer, and he does a really good job of it.
People love him on. I think College Game Day has grown since he joined the show.
I think so. And I think one of the things, and you see this with other people who get successful in that industry, they're like you and me. They literally have the same type of attitude. They're, not quote unquote uppity or whatever. They just are out there having fun, being a fan, and they get a microphone to talk about it. And I think people can really relate to that.
They're like a couple of guys like you and I sitting around just talking sports.
Yeah.
And that's all their podcast is. And they use a few colorful pieces of language every now and then, but
Yep.
They've cleaned it up just a little bit for an hour because they're on ESPN, but
Right. No, they're entertaining, and they usually have something that comes out of there that makes you just shake your head and laugh.
oh, absolutely. But they've been talking a lot about Iowa because one of the guys on the show is actually a huge Iowa fan.
Yep, I know. I've seen, and he's had the wrestling national championships hanging in front of him or whatever. And yeah, it's fun to have that connection.
It really, really is. So, and then have him come. I wish I could go down there. It'd be fun to
that would be
hang out,
outstanding.
you know. Yeah, try to get him on the morning show, but I have to have get the delay going with the beep, beep, beep.
You should put in for that. You never know. It's the only way you will always get a no if you don't ask.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but exciting stuff for Iowa fans in general, for both men and women basketball.
Iowa and Iowa State and Drake, and you and I had a good year in both men's and women's. I know the men were a little up and down, but yeah, it's fun to see the success. When you think about the size of the state of Iowa, and you've got three men's, is that right? Two men's teams in the NCAA tournament and three women's teams in the NCAA tournament. That's pretty impressive.
It really, really is. So, well, good deal. Well, we'll be watching this weekend and probably talk more about it next Tuesday. But in the meantime, also, if you're going to be doing some driving or traveling, check out the 511 app and get that downloaded on your phone, because that'll tell you where all the construction is going on. And of course, we will too as well.
Yeah, we will keep you updated. And, like I've said a lot, things change with the weather and everything as far as start dates this time of year. So keep an eye on 511, know where these projects are going to be starting, and we'll update you as best we can with the information we get.
Pete, have yourself a wonderful week.
All right, you do the same, Jay.
That's the good stuff.